it's time to step into the inner sanctum of the Geelong cricket scene with the Inside Edge.
Hello and welcome to the Inside Edge for another week. I'm your host, Wes Cusworth. Well, what a great weekend it was for Geelong's Gus Boyd, plundering his maiden Premier Cricket century, striking 100 from just 74 balls in Geelong's 138-run defeat of Greenvale Kangaroos. It was only a matter of weeks ago that he smashed a quick-fire ton for Newtown and Chewell against Grovedale, so it's certainly been a productive time for the 22-year-old. Let's begin this week's show by looking at what's to come in round 9 of GCA 1 tomorrow. 5th placed East Belmont plays host to 7th position Grovedale after the Lions proved too strong for Highton, winning by 9 wickets with time to spare. The competition's leading spinner Chris Williams bamboozled the Heat batsman, while towering left armour Matt Lineker pulled off a brilliant caught and bowled.
Matt Lineker in between umpire and stumps, bowls to Lanigan, who drives. Oh, marvellous catch by Matt Lineker. The big man throws himself to his right, takes the catch in his right hand, and Lanigan's on his way.
Despite a loss to St Joseph's, Grovedale's batting generated some positive signs with Jordan Moran, Kane Posman and Sam Cootes among the runs. Highton Heat comes up against South Barwon with both sides coming off losses. The Heat has slipped to 9th with that defeat by East Belmont, while the Swans' loss to Lara saw them drop to 6th. There were still plenty of positives for South Barwon, with 14-year-old Ollie Peake snaring a pair of wickets. Meanwhile, teenage wicketkeeper Henry Melville has terrific hands, and he'll be one to watch in the future. Top of the table, North Geelong ventures to Bissonella Oval to meet second-placed Lara in what should be a belter of a contest between the competition heavyweights. There's been a big focus on Vishesh Malhotra's electrifying form with the bat, but I think Brad McMaster is equally important at the top of the order for the Cats. If McMaster can get going, the Magpies will have a chase on their hands, despite their highly acclaimed bowling lineup. North was too polished for Leopold, with Alistair McCann the star in a 72-run victory. Leopold desperately needs a pre-Christmas win to escape last position and will get its opportunity when it meets Newtown and Chewell at Memorial Oval. The Lions' bowling has been sound, although the batting has come up short on more than one occasion. The two Blues had their second final over thriller of the season last week, but fell short by just 2 runs against Merger Bullock. I'm really excited to see how an informed Ben Horn goes against a man who has already clocked 2 centuries this season, Newtown and Chewell's Isaac Hogan. The final game shapes up as a beauty as 2 round 8 victors meet at King Lloyd Reserve, Merger Bullock and St Joseph's. The Frogs eclipsed Newtown and Chewell by just 2 runs after the two Blues were set 15 to win from the final over.
Jason Grozdanovsky prepares to bowl the final over. He's in now, bowls to Hosking, gets a good piece of that. That goes all the way. Magnificent shot by Tim Hosking. The equation is 9. Grozdanovsky in. Hosking jams down on that one, runs just a few feet away from him. They scramble through for 1. 8 to win. George Chisholm on strike now as Grozdanovsky's in again. Moves across to the offside, pulls it away to the onside. They'll get 1, and that is all they'll get as the ball's fielded in the deep. Hosking back on strike, 7 to win. Grozdanovsky in. Whips it away through the onside. They'll take 1, and they're held up at 1. Ball comes into the bowler's end. 6 to win as George Chisholm takes his place at the striker's end once again. A little more quickly this time. Chisholm moved to the offside, struck him on the pads, and they scramble through for 1. Tim Hosking prepares to face the final ball. A 6 will win it, a 4 will tie it. He hammers it into the offside to the man at long off. They take 1. They come back for a second. The throw comes into the keeper's end. Well, it's a misfield by Merger Bullock. There could be time for another run. And a run out at the bowler's end. Merger, you've won it. Celebrations for Merger Bullock.
Well, pretty exciting finish, and obviously it was really important to just snap that losing run.
Yeah, obviously coming off 5 losses. We felt like a win was pretty close against South. We played some pretty good cricket, and the rain probably didn't work in our favour. Made it pretty hard to win. And against North Geelong, against a really good team, the ball got a bit wet. Hawley playing some pretty good shots. Same with McCain. Pretty hard to get the win against those when they're playing some pretty good shots. But we felt like we were playing more competitive cricket. When you consider 4 weeks ago against Grove, we got bowled out for like 60. So we just thought if we can keep keeping ourselves in these games, we're going to give ourselves a chance. And then they batted really well. It's probably our first complete batting performance today. About 50 overs, get 224. Like Webby comes in at the end, gets 19, makes all the difference. In the end, winning by 2 runs. So everyone kind of chipped in with a 30 or so here. And then Lockie Campbell, we brought him up from the 2s a couple of weeks ago. He's been batting really, really well. Really well crafted, 60 odd today. And then Louis Highland coming out, I think 50 odd off like 30 odd balls. Like really, really good hitting. So really nice to see a few other blokes get half centuries and then put in a full batting performance, which was nice. So.
Was Louis' aggressive approach something that you had suggested to him, or was that something he took of his own?
Well, he actually said to me in the last few weeks, he goes, I'm seeing balls that are hit for boundaries and I'm not. And I'm like, well, stop doing that, and started in from boundaries, and then absolutely licked him. A few shots off his legs, just beautiful sixes, really nice cricket shots. Wasn't really slogging from any stretch of the imagination, just really playing his shots. So it's really nice to see him get the runs that have been waiting around the corner. He's been really unlucky, like just a few tough decisions. So it's nice to see him get a bit go his way and get a nice score. So.
Now, when Isaac Hogan was going, along with Tom Meredith, they were absolutely cruising. Where did you pull it back?
Yeah, it was pretty hard because they're good batters. Like obviously, Isaac Hogan's been making some good runs this year. He's a pretty powerful hitter of the ball, and obviously Meredith has been making good runs for them as well. Left-hander, hits the ball really well. So I think it was the difference of when Jace come on. Jace coming on, gets that Meredith out bowled, then gets out Murdoch bowled as well. Like 2 really good balls. The wicket just puts the pressure back on, and then put the pressure back on Hogan to try to beat the bulk aggressor. So I think that pretty much put the screws back in the game. So Jace's spell there for about 7 overs was like really, really important.
And obviously both sides taking it deep into the game and made for a very exciting finish.
Well, yeah, like we thought we had it. Like Bingham gets in, played a really good innings. Like he's quite a good hitter of the ball, and then obviously we dropped him on the boundary, drops over, goes to 4, and we're like, take that. It's probably game over. So probably, and even Hogan we dropped on 100 odd, and then he gets another 10 or so. So just a few there that we probably could have probably maybe won the game by 20 or so runs. But credit to them, they just kept coming, kept batting really, really well. So.
And I suppose that's a really good reflection on the evenness of the competition, and the one-day games make for that sort of even competition, don't they?
Yeah, it's crazy. It just gives everyone a sniff. It's really exciting cricket. Take it right down to the last ball in 100 overs of cricket. It's pretty fun. It's pretty exciting, and you can see the emotion on everyone. On both sides. Unfortunately, when you lose, the sad emotion, the winning emotion too. So we've been on the other end where we know how that feels when you lose. So when you win them, it's you got to really enjoy them and celebrate them because they don't always come. So yeah, it's nice.
And can this spark something for Murgy in terms of a bit of a winning run, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, Joey's next week's going to be tough because they're in some really good batting form. So it's going to be a really good contest. Like they're a great group of guys, play some really good cricket. So it's always a nice contest between the 2 teams. So could really be a turning point for us if we go into the break 4 and 5. We're kind of sitting in the mix with how close the competition is. Whereas we lose it, we sit 3 and 6, and we're kind of sitting on the fringe a bit. So if we can win next week, we're definitely right back up with the pack and give ourselves every chance post Christmas. Push up closer to that top 4. So yeah, pretty exciting.
Thanks so much for your time.
No worries, best. Cheers.
Andrew Hodgson steered a 7-wicket win against Grovedale with a century in his 100th game.
Hodgson on 99 faces Gareth Yalland, works this one away through the onside. That'll be the 100. Andrew Hodgson comes back for a second. He has made 100 in his 100th first 11 game for St Joseph's, and the St Joseph's crowd rapturously applauds a magnificent knock by Andrew Hodgson.
Hodgson combined with Andrew Casey for an unconquered 159-run 4th wicket stand, with Casey starting cautiously before bludgeoning 5 sixes in the whirlwind final few overs.